What is going on, everybody? It is Handles, and throughout basketball history, nearly every player who does play at the professional level could dunk at some point in their life, and that's all thanks to her amazing athletic ability. Even someone like Spider Webb, who is 5'7", Nate Robinson, Isaiah Thomas, who are both 5'9", can all dunk. These athletes are just blessed with some amazing leaping ability, but actually there are some players or just people in the world who are so tall and have an insane reach that they can dunk without even leaving the floor. So yes, there are people in the world who can dunk without actually jumping at all. Anyways guys, here are 4 people in the world who can dunk without jumping. First we have Taco Fall. He currently stands at 7'6" and will be a junior at the University of Central Florida. He has an insane 8-foot wingspan, which helps him dunk without even leaving the floor. He did attempt to see if he had any chance to be drafted in the 2017 NBA draft, but decided just yesterday that he wasn't ready and is going back to college for another season. But when you do see him on court, he literally makes everybody look like kids. And well, mostly everyone on this list does do that, but in his sophomore season with the UCF Knights, Fall averaged 10.9 points and 9.5 rebounds, but he averaged that 10.9 points on a crazy 72% field goal percentage, and he only attempted around 6 shots per game. I'd find it really cool to actually see him play in an NBA game to see if he can actually average that same field goal percentage. Only time will tell if he ever gets a chance to. The tallest player to ever play in the NBA was George Mergen, and being the tallest just so happened to make him be able to dunk without jumping at all. Standing at 7'7" with a 7'9" wingspan, he was grabbing offensive boards and just dunking it back without even jumping. In all these clips I'm showing you, he is seriously just going back up on his tippy toes. He played from 1993 to 2000, but sadly his career was cut short due to back injuries. But when he was on the court, he was a pretty good player. His best season was the 1995 to 96 NBA season, and George averaged 14.5 points and 9.6 rebounds per game. People competing with George for rebounds must have been a pain, since they would probably have to jump the highest they can to even reach the ball at the same point he could. Standing now at 7'8" is Kenny George. He became a high school sensation for his height. No one could ever match up to him, since not only was he 7'7" in high school, he also weighed nearly 370 pounds. He just bodied everybody around, similar to what Shaq does. But he first became famous for his infamous no jump dunk in game. You can clearly see his right foot here was still on the ground when he dunked that, and I have no doubt if he actually showed it off, he could dunk it flat footed. And after high school, Kenny George attended UNCA. He shot a nice 70% from the field while putting up 12.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 3.3 blocks per game. With his shoulders so wide and the fact that he weighed 370 pounds with a height of 7'8", that he is the only person on this list that would actually make Shaq look small. But sadly in 2008, he had to get his right foot partially amputated, and while prosthetics are very good, for someone of his size, it hurt his game a ton. And after this, he never really got a chance to play in the NBA or finish out his college career. The last person on this list who I've seen do a legitimate no jump dunk is Paul Sturgis, or otherwise known as Tiny on the Harlem Globetrotters. He is recorded on the Guinness World Records as the tallest man to ever play basketball, and being the tallest man ever to play, he was dunking without jumping at all. He would be flat footed and still be able to grab the rim. And what's crazy is, he wasn't even tall as a kid. At 14, Sturgis was only 5'6", which is the exact same height I was when I was 14. Granted, I'm nearly 6'4" in shoes now, but Sturgis at 16 grew to 7 foot. He grew an entire 18 inches in height over the course of only 2 years. Even his parents were worried that he had a disorder, but in the end, it was revealed that his fast growth was all healthy. And those are the 4 basketball players in the world that I've seen who can legitimately dunk without jumping. I've seen others who are pretty close, but they still require a little jump to actually dunk it. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, I'm Handles, and I'm out.